Well, hello again from the steps of Newcastle Crown Court. Now, this is a change of scenery, isn't it? From the penalty box to the defendant's box, and yeah, I said it was always eventful, didn't I, covering Newcastle United, and it's long been a club that has had a propensity to put itself on the back pages and the news pages for reasons other than football. It's why there's a full complement of national journalists up here now. That, of course, has changed during the past 12 months or so, given the success on the pitch, but just when everything was going well for the club 2 weeks ago, Joelinton was charged with drink driving, and it was his hearing there this morning, and I was here to report on it for the Daily Mail. And if you click on the link below the description there, it'll take you through to the story, which will detail the full happenings of this morning. Now, just to wrap up, Joelinton pleaded guilty to the drink driving charge and was subsequently fined £31,000 and banned from driving for 12 months, which will be reduced to 9 if he completes a drink driving rehabilitation course, which he indicated he would do. Now, I know I kind of made light of it there to a degree in terms of the club finding themselves on the news pages for all the wrong reasons, but this is a serious issue, and I, for one, my opinion was that Joelinton should have came out of the team for that one match after the drink driving charge was revealed. They should have set an example. They should have used this to send a message. By way of illustrating that, I've got a young boy, a 6-year-old boy who's a Newcastle supporter, and he idolises Joelinton, idolises Bruno Guimaraes, and he's asking me questions when he saw it on the news, when he saw me typing the copy over my shoulder. He was asking me, what is drink driving? You've got to explain that to him. And as a journalist, as a commentator up here, I don't feel angry enough to criticise Eddie Howe and the club for not taking him out of the team, but nonetheless, my own personal opinion is that I think one match would have been enough. Now, what we did here in court this morning is he now will be fined by the football club. You'll imagine, whether that is 1 week's, 2 weeks' wages, that will perhaps remain an internal matter. But yeah, and I will say, so Joelinton arrived there, sort of channeling my inner BBC here on here. Joelinton arrived at 9:10 this morning, flanked by the club security officials, and quickly made his way. I'll just go back to how I normally do these things. And he was wearing black suit, white shirt, black tie, and his behaviour throughout, was exemplary. His conduct in terms of how respectful he was to court officials. And that was noted during the hearing as well, that he'd been very respectful of the entire process from the moment that he was pulled over. And just to go back to some of the details, we are down here on a very noisy quayside. I hope you can hear this. It was 2 days, 1 a.m, January the 12th, 2 days after Newcastle had beaten Leicester in the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. Joelinton was spotted by 2 officers in an unmarked police car on Barrack Road, funnily enough, just right next to St James's Park. They noted that the vehicle was perhaps travelling too quickly for the surroundings. Joelinton, who was in a Mercedes wagon, was followed onto the central motorway and subsequently stopped on Ponteland Road, I presume heading back out to his home in Ponteland. Now, he immediately admitted to having had 2 glasses of wine that night, but thought it was, quote, safe to drive. He was breath tested, which revealed he was over the 35 milligrams per 100 millilitres of breath limit. He was then taken to Forth Banks Police Station, which is just along the quayside there, and up around the corner, breath tested again, and was found to be 43 milligrams per 100 millilitres of breath. The alcohol was in his system. The legal limit is 35, of course. He was subsequently charged. Appeared in court here this morning, immediately gave a guilty plea, and all of that was taken into consideration. The early guilty plea, his conduct throughout. The court heard that he was a man of good character. The only moment when he had to be reminded of his conduct was when the judge came in, and he had to be reminded to stay on his feet, which is a fairly minor thing. But so we've left here now. Joelinton quickly left over our shoulder there, declined to comment, and was back into the blacked out windows of the people carrier and away, and is fully expected to remain in the team when Newcastle resume next week. So I just thought I'd bring you a little quick update from down here, and I know a lot of the guys watching expats will probably appreciate some of the scenery over my shoulder there. So there you go. And I've done my best with a little bit of news. Put my old news reporter hat back on. It was where I cut my teeth as a news reporter for the Newcastle Evening Chronicle, spending a fair degree of time in court when I was younger, and that did actually serve me well today. So just a little bit of detail. when I went into court, I was told by the clerk there was no room, it was full, to which I fairly forcefully reminded her that our judicial justice system is built on, legal system is built on open justice, and we are there as the eyes and ears of the public. So she spoke to the judge, and it was agreed that extra space would be afforded for the excess members of press, and in the end there was 9 of us in there reporting on it. So there you go. Click on the link, guys, below, and keep on watching Mail Online, Mail Plus, Daily Mail. Lots more Newcastle United coverage coming up as we build up to the next week's Carabao Cup semi-final. And again, the news yet to emerge from today: Joelinton, 12-month driving ban, £31,000 fine, and will be disciplined by the club. So yeah, all of that is available in the link below. Okay, take care, guys. Bye bye.